Welcome back to day 2 of CPAC 2021 America Uncanceled here live in Dallas, Texas. I'm Grace Saldana and I'm here with Kari Lake, running for governor of Arizona. Kari, how are you doing today?
Good, thanks for having me. It's such an amazing turnout here at CPAC.
Wonderful
So many
turnout.
great patriots,
Yes.
and it's just fun to be walking around and seeing all of this new media that's kind of sprung up since the mainstream media has gone crazy. We have all this new media springing up, and it's so encouraging to see that.
Well, thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, a TV professional for 30 years. So you're running for governor. What do you plan to do for the people of Arizona that Doug Ducey can't?
Well, Doug Ducey's a Republican, and during COVID, I know that we were really happy we had a Republican in office, but many people were not happy with the way Doug Ducey ran the state. He shut us down a couple times. He really cared so much more about what the media thought of him and what some of the liberal lawmakers thought of him than the hardworking people of Arizona, whose businesses were being shut down, whose kids were being taken out of school. And it's my opinion, and I think a lot of other Arizonans, that he did not listen to the people of Arizona. He really bent to the pressure of a lot of people on the left, trying to please them. Meanwhile, people were losing their businesses, losing their livelihood, and really struggling. So I think more could have been done, and I will not be governing the way that Doug Ducey governs, but that being said, I am happy we did have a Republican in office because we saw what happened with some of these Democrat states. I mean, Michigan is still in dire straits. I heard yesterday that more than a third of Michigan's businesses shut down for good because of COVID. So the danger of having a Democrat running a state, we saw that last year. We saw how dangerous it is for states, economies, people's health. We can't afford that in Arizona, and that's why I'm in the race. I left the corrupt media without thinking I would end up in the corrupt world of politics, but I realized that we needed somebody who could represent our state and who cares about the state and doesn't have a bunch of special interests behind them telling them what to do, what kind of laws to enact, what kind of laws to sign. And so that's one of the reasons I'm in.
So you're not beholden to anyone. We love that here at Right.
I owe exactly 0 political favors, and I think that's why we're getting such a great response from people. We decided about 12 days ago that 10 days ahead of our rally, we decided to hold a rally, a MAGA rally in Arizona.
That's so impressive. It was huge.
It was huge, and it was on July 5th, which is typically, we're a ghost town. Phoenix is a ghost town in July 4th weekend because it's so hot.
Right.
And we had a capacity for about 1,000 people in the ballroom. We had 1,600 people show up.
Incredible.
They stayed for 3 hours in the heat. Although we did have the air running, it was, with that many people, it's pretty hot.
Right.
And they never once lost their enthusiasm. They were so excited to hear the speakers. People are ready for a change, and they're tired of the same old politicians, the career bureaucrats, the recycled politicians. And I think they just want somebody who they know and trust and believes cares about Arizona like I do.
And that person is you, because
I agree.
they know you, they trust you, and
They
that
do.
says so much, and for the momentum that you're gaining is pretty incredible. So I know you mentioned several issues that people, not even just Arizonans, but people across America care about. What's your stance on election integrity? There's a lot going on in Maricopa County.
Yes, there is. That is actually my #1 issue, and I say that not because education's not important, not because,
Right.
reducing taxes isn't important. All those things are important. Getting our education system cleared up so that our kids are learning the important skills they need for life, not a bunch of racist garbage that we're seeing with CRT. We have a million different things we want to concentrate on, but if we don't have election integrity, none of that matters. None of that matters. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what our forensic audit is going to show.
Right.
We have to take that information and not just read it and learn about it. We have to do something about it. And I'm hoping that our lawmakers that are currently there have the backbone to do something about it.
If elected governor, what will you do about it?
Well, hopefully, because the election's not until 2022,
Right.
I'm hoping that our current lawmakers will do something about it, because it might be too late by the time I'm elected to do something. We need our elections cleaned up by the next election. If they don't do something, and I'm still able to, my fear is if they don't do something and clean up our election, that people won't show up to vote.
Right.
That it won't be fair, and a Republican like me couldn't win. So I really want to make sure that Everybody who is legally allowed to vote gets a vote, and that vote counts. That's what I want to see.
Absolutely. And if we don't have elections in this country, we don't have anything. That's what makes us unique.
Yes.
Our ability to elect our own representatives, all of them, our congressmen, our senators, the president. So it's so important that we maintain that election integrity, and Republicans need to feel empowered and motivated and not sit back and do nothing. We need to keep the pressure on state officials like the Board of Maricopa County, who doesn't want this election integrity audit to be going on.
The Board of Supervisors, yeah.
The Board of Supervisors.
You know, when we went into this forensic audit, I was very neutral of what's going to happen here. I'm very curious. Watching some of our elected officials react to this, they're not reacting normally, and it makes me very suspicious.
Right.
It's like, why are they reacting this way?
Even the Republicans who are on the board don't want it to happen. It's shocking. And Karen Fan, she's the Arizona Senate president,
yes,
she makes a very good point, and she says that her goal is not to overturn the election, it's to sort it out for next time.
Exactly. We have to figure out what went wrong, where there were problems, we have to fix it. And that's what a leader does, and I really respect Karen Fan for doing that. Leadership is about having the courage, having the backbone to know right from wrong, and when you see something that's wrong, you fix it. And you don't fix it by putting somebody who is a political crony or one of your donors that you owe money to on the job. You put the best person on the job.
Right,
and you don't get pushed around by the media. I mean, I really would have loved to have seen Doug Ducey tell the media to shove it. They treated him horribly. They didn't show any interest in the concerns for the livelihoods of the people of Arizona when they were trying to push their mask mandates and force kids out of school. They were really pushing an agenda. I saw it. I work in the media. I know that the media is 90+% liberal or leftist, and they have an agenda. And once I recognized that and really saw what was going on, especially with COVID, that there was no interest in getting information out that could help the public. Mm-hmm. And we knew that there were treatments that were working. We saw, if you dug around, you saw doctors who were having luck with hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, and other treatments, but there was no curiosity or interest in members of the mainstream media to dig into that and cover it. They only wanted to tear Donald Trump apart. And they did that to the detriment of the United States of America and the people who live here. And I think that many people in the media have blood on their hands.